The storm is weakening and the storm is picking up its forward motion, so it's moving out of that area fairly quickly. Winds are still at 35 miles per hour, but you can see the rain, the heaviest of it, is winding down across Southern California. It's moving north at 29 miles per hour, but we do still have the flash flood risk across parts of southern Nevada, also into parts of Southern California too. 26 million people are under flood watches or flash flood warnings. Keep in mind, right along the coast, we picked up about 2 to 4 inches, which is still a lot of rain for that part of the country, but you go inland and up into the mountains, that's where we saw about 8 to 12 inches of rain. Mission Creek picked up 13.54 inches of rain, more than a foot of rain. Again, the ground doesn't absorb it that quickly because it's really, really dry, and then all that water just washes away and creates the mudslides and the damage that we're seeing. As we go into this evening, though, you can see the center of the storm is already up into Idaho, so that's where the heaviest rain is going to fall later today. So we'll see additional amounts of rain across parts of California, although it's winding down through Nevada too, but really the next round of heavy rain will be across eastern Oregon up into Idaho, where we could see about 3 to 4 inches of rain in that part of the country. Hoda.
All right, Dylan.
Good morning, guys, because there's a lot more going on just besides the remnants of Hillary, which continue to bring rain to the West Coast. We also have record-breaking heat continuing down south, especially down through Texas. This stretches up across the Midwest. Even in the upper Midwest, we're looking at highs today in the mid to upper 90s. In the Northeast, we're looking for highs close to 90 degrees, but back behind this beautiful cold front here that's not bringing any sort of wet weather, it is going to drop temperatures back down into much more comfortable areas like the mid-70s, so enjoy that. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Casey practices with me on the field.
And you get it?
Yeah.
And then you toss it.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
After warming up, a surprise. My uniform.
Here we go.
I officially take on my duty.
You did all the work.
I know, right? It was not easy. It was not easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear your health is just fine. All right, let's take a look at what's going on across the country. We've got really a lot of nice weather to talk about this week. Warm temperatures across the upper Midwest, the northern plains. It's beautiful out west. The only trouble spot is this area of low pressure in the mid-Atlantic. This mostly this morning and then moving up into New England with some of that heavier rain. It should clear as the day goes on, and tonight this whole thing will be racing away, and then we're back to sunshine for the East Coast too, starting tomorrow. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. Lingered all day long. Well, that storm system now up across New England, bringing some of the heavier rain across western Maine. So that storm will exit today, and then we're going to watch out for some stronger storms right through the plain states. And there's a chance we could see very large hail, perhaps up to baseball-sized hail, including cities like Oklahoma City and down into Wichita Falls. We're also looking for a lot of heavy rain. We could see as much as 4 to 6 inches over the course of this afternoon and evening in that same part of the country. That's a look at the weather. Sorry, we are looking at this storm system that is making, I was just like staring at it here. We've got the heavy rain that's going to move into the Carolinas, and that is going to eventually make its way up the East Coast too. You can see as we go through the day today, we'll start to see that heavier rain move into the Virginia area and then make its way through the mid-Atlantic, kind of ruining our Saturday, not just with the heavy rain, but also with gusty winds along the coast. We could see gusts up to 42, even as high as 60 miles per hour. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek. Today is the last day of summer. Fall take it in tomorrow. So enjoy the scenery because it's all about to change. So just like we like to do on the count of 3.
Ready?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Yes.
Wow.
All of a sudden it's falling off.
Welcome to fall.
Guys, you know what else I like to do?
We know.
I like to explain why fall is actually happening.
Are we not doing an orange this year?
No, I'm sick of the orange.
All
I'm
right.
sick of the tennis ball. I'm sick of the basketball. What are we going to use? You guys are my props.
Oh.
Chanel,
Yeah.
be the sun.
She is the sun.
Because you are the sun.
No problem.
Right? We need to brighten
Do
things
this.
up.
I'm like in preschool all
So-
over again.
There's a hula hoop.
Okay, so here we go.
Am I the sun still?
Here's the sun. You're the sun. Don't move. The sun doesn't move.
Sun doesn't move.
You're going to be my earth. We're starting off with like harvest season,
Yeah.
foods. Give us some numbers.
Yeah, so I've got a few numbers for you here because I'm amped up. The first that I've got.
Professor who is spreading joy beyond the classroom by using dance and science. He's creating a new kind of chemistry with his students.
It's called Murder in Apartment 12. It's a case filled with twists and turns, and it all began with a shocking crime in a small Arkansas